ladies, Angela Roper here. I actually just got done talking to a girlfriend, and I wanted to tell you about her because she's a phenomenal woman. She's a small business owner like we are. She owns a brick and mortar shop, a salon actually, and she just started it up maybe 6 or 7 months ago. Maybe? Yeah, about that. And she is now making, which, you know, come the end of the year, once she's been in business for a full year, because she hasn't even been in business for a year, she is now making 6 figures annually. I mean, she's in what is that, over $100,000? I mean, she was just telling me about this, and oh, man, yeah, right? That is awesome. You know, $100,000 in less than a year. Talk about it. You know, you don't hear that very often. And the reason you don't hear that very often is because it's not true. It's not. I made her up. She doesn't exist. No, I don't have a friend who owns a salon who is making $100,000 a year in 6 months. I don't. And you want to know why? Because it's not realistic. Okay? The reason I made up that story is because what did it bring to mind when you're hearing this woman started her own business and within 6 months is making over $100,000 a year? What was your brain doing? Were you going, whoa, man, what is she selling? Because that's what I'd want to know. Like, how? Like, is golden hair extensions? Like, what? How is that even possible? And yet, when we work our business, there are times that we've been our same color status for 2 months or 3 months, or in my case, 8 months. I've been green for 8 months, you guys. And we go, God, what am I doing wrong? God, 8 months, and I am not yet where you know, where I want to be at the very top of this company. I'm not yet $100,000 a year earner. Why? What is wrong with me? You guys, come on. There's nothing wrong with you. That's unrealistic. Unique was and has been recently in hypergrowth. You have to remember, we're not even a year old, you know? So when you hear about women who have hit the top of our compensation plan in a matter of months, in only a year, the question comes to mind, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do that? Nothing is wrong with you. They were in hypergrowth, man. Our compensation plan is amazing. The room for growth and what we have here with this business is amazing. And you know what? If, like every other small business in the world, it takes us 5 years, it takes us 10 years, if it takes us 20 years of I own this business, I am not just going to quit because in a year I'm not at the very top making $100,000 a year. You know, can you imagine if every time a brick and mortar shop hit a year in business and wasn't yet making $100,000, they just quit? Or 6 months? Or they had a slow month, they just shut their doors because, oh, I'm not making enough in sales, I'm just going to shut my doors. Unless they're going bankrupt, they're not going to do that. They're just not. That woman doesn't exist because it's not realistic. People who are dedicated, people who don't stop, no matter what the failure. The only failure is if you stop. If you're like, man, I've fallen down too many times. It's been too many slow months I've had, you know. I'm not at the very top. I'm not making enough. Forget it. This must not be for me. You're a businesswoman, man. I'm a businesswoman. All right? So if I sit here at green for a whole nother year, you know what? That's okay. In fact, that means I'm not inactive. And if I'm not inactive, that means I'm working my business. And if I'm working my business at a reasonable time in the reality of the world and how small business growth actually works, not in hyperdrive, I am going to continue to promote, and I'm going to continue to be earning how much I want to earn. And I will be in our comp plan, I will be at a status that I plan to be. Wherever that is for you, just don't stop, man. Just don't. You're gonna get there. You know? Hypergrowth is rare. Hypergrowth is over. Be a businesswoman. Be diligent. We have to believe in ourselves and in our abilities and in our small businesses. Keep on keeping on. Okay? Mwah, I love you. I love you and I believe in you. I do. Okay? Mwah. Bye-bye.